Hello and welcome, everyone. I am so glad you're here for today's special session. From fear to flow, releasing limiting beliefs to unlock more clients and sales with Jess Smith. Before we dive in, for those who are new to me, I'm Diana YK Chan, a business coach and growth strategist for coaches, course creators, and consultants. I specialize in helping entrepreneurs build influential online brands, attract consistent leads, and scale their businesses to 20K plus months without burnout. I've helped clients 2x to 5x their business growth, achieve six-figure businesses, scale to seven figures, and diversify their income streams while getting a 5x to 20x ROI. My mission is to empower you to own your greatness, show up confidently, and design a business that aligns with your ideal lifestyle. Now, as many of you know, success in business isn't just about having the right strategies. It's also about having the right mindset. And that's what today is all about. Fear of failure, fear of not making enough money, or fear of being visible can quietly hold us back. These fears can show up as overwhelm, stress, and even desperation, leading to reactive decisions that stall our growth. The truth is, scaling to consistent 10K or 20K months requires not just tactical action, but deep inner belief. And that's why I'm so excited for today's session. We're going to experience EFT tapping, a powerful mind body technique that helps us calm the nervous system and rewire the beliefs that keep us stuck. Jess Smith, a certified EFT tapping practitioner for entrepreneurs, will guide us through the process to help you release those limiting beliefs and help step into the next level of your business with more ease and flow. I encourage you to stay open, participate fully, and trust whatever comes up is exactly what you need right now. With that, I'll pass it over to you, Jess, to take us through this powerful practice.
Cool. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you for having me. And I love your request for everyone to be open. I know a lot of entrepreneurs are familiar with tapping. This is kind of like a step up from tap along videos that we're going to be doing today. So we'll get into a little bit of more like what tapping is and who's tried it and who hasn't. But yeah, I appreciate the invitation for everyone to just be open to having a new, beautiful experience today. So thank you for having me. A little intro about myself. I'm a tapping practitioner, like Diana said, and for the past 3 years, I've been doing inner healing and mindset work specifically with entrepreneurs. And so, like she said, I use this powerful tool to help them get through all of the inner barriers that come up, like procrastination, people pleasing, perfectionism, fear, just to name a few. So, the work that I do is a really beautiful complement to the work that Diana does, right? Like, she's got incredible strategies, but if fear is stopping you from executing the strategy, you're not going to go anywhere, right? So, what we're going to be doing today, we're going to have a little chat about why it's important to be paying attention to fear as you grow your business. You each are going to be connecting with an element in your business that is bringing up fear for you right now. So, Diana gave some great examples. Maybe that's fear of being visible, fear of promoting your services or sharing your wins publicly, fear within the sales process, or fear around making strategic decisions in your business with confidence. So you're each going to get to pick your own scenario that you want to work on today. We're going to be connecting with that fear that you feel about your chosen situation. And then we're going to do an interactive EFT tapping experience. So you can release this fear, release this resistance. And at the end, you get to walk away feeling more confident, more calm, more capable when it comes to this aspect of your business. So I'm going to kick it off by talking about fear. Whether you're making $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, fear is a real emotion that we all experience, no matter how big your business grows. The most successful entrepreneurs that I know still experience fear. I personally know people selling $15,000 packages, people who have made over $1 million, people who have over 100,000 followers. And I have witnessed them all personally express fears that they still have around their business. So I just want to start off by saying fear is so normal. Yeah, Clavette, me. Oh, new to tapping. Okay, Diana, you're you're putting your own stuff in there. I love it. I used to be afraid of so many things in my business. I used to be afraid of calling my work inner healing, I thought like, well, who am I to say that I can help people heal themselves? I used to be afraid of doing live videos because what if I say the wrong thing and I look stupid? I used to be afraid of saying no to podcast interviews, event invites that weren't the right fit for me. You know, we get invites to do things. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a great fit to grow our business, right? I used to be scared of saying no to people. And so I would waste a bunch of time doing events that weren't aligned. And I used to be afraid of raising my program prices because, oh my God, what if people don't want to pay that much, right? What if they judge me for charging so much? So if you guys want to put in the chat, why do you think fear is a problem for entrepreneurs? How do you think it gets in the way? Keeps us small, absolutely. Analysis paralysis. Yeah, it holds us back from making big, courageous moves. It keeps us stuck, kills motivation and creativity. Oh, so good. So fear can really be one of the biggest things that hinders our growth as entrepreneurs. And I think a lot of times when things aren't going how we want in business, we love to blame it on the strategy. We love to go to our business coach. We love to go to people like Diana and say, oh my God, it's not working for me. It's not going fast enough. There must be something wrong with the strategy. We need to change it, right? But a lot of the time, the strategy is great. And what's really happening is that our emotions, fears and emotion, is getting in the way of us successfully executing the strategy. So fear prevents us from being visible in the way that's necessary for the strategy to work, prevents us from being patient and giving the strategy enough time to produce results, stops us from making smart investments. Fear can stop you from launching new products or programs for fear that it's not going to work. Fear could prevent you from reaching out for collaborations where you could be leveraging other people's audiences. Even this is like a great example. Like I could let fear stop me from showing up today and getting to interact with all of you, right? So it can be just really a massive barrier to our continued success as entrepreneurs. So the solution here is to recognize the ways in which fear is holding us back and then work with our fear directly so that we can process it and feel safe enough to take the actions that we are avoiding. Once your fear is low enough that you feel safe to step into that scary space of the unknown, whatever that is for you, that's where the magic happens. So that is where things really start working. This is where you increase your number of opportunities and how much money you're making in your business. So the number one thing that has helped me to make more money, feel more confident, feel more stable and secure as an entrepreneur is inner healing work. When I say inner healing work, I mean like working with those parts of ourselves that are afraid, right? And my favorite modality for inner healing has been EFT tapping. It's been the most effective. So I'm going to ask again, because there's a lot of us on this call, but if you've tried tapping before, put a yes in the chat. If you have not tried tapping, put a no in the chat. No, no, no. Okay. Some yeses, some nos. This is exciting. Okay, cool. Beautiful. So tapping is a mind-body modality that supports us in processing our emotions. The technical name is emotional freedom techniques. So that's why we're working with fear today, right? It's an emotion. So it helps us process emotions, reduces fear and anxiety, and when it's used in its deepest capacity, it can also help us shift our limiting beliefs. So this is a tool that has helped me do things like in-person speaking events where I made $25,000 off the back end. It's helped me almost completely get rid of my imposter syndrome. It's helped me triple my program prices. Lots of incredible things. It's helped a couple client examples for tapping. I had a client who really cared about what her old colleagues and personal connections thought of her content on LinkedIn. Once we moved her through that fear, started signing 3 new clients every month from LinkedIn, booked out her practice with 20 one-on-one clients. I had another client who was giving a presentation in person. She was really afraid that people were going to ask her a question that she wouldn't know the answer to. Tapped through that. She like rocked the presentation in front of 100 people. It was amazing. I had another client who felt really uncomfortable with her appearance. Um, and so we got to do a lot of image tapping, fear of being seen again. And she got to have her first in body experience, is what she called it, doing a business photo shoot and actually feeling really confident being seen in that way. Another client of mine, we got to process her fears around being seen making a mistake publicly. That was really scary for her. It was causing her to like double check her work, triple check her work. It was like really slowing her down, this fear of being seen making a mistake. Once we cleared that, she exponentially increased her content output speed, 4x her audience size. So this is really powerful work. Like I said, it's a really great complement to what Diana does and can really help accelerate the strategy that you're using. So my intention for you today is to take this opportunity to connect with your fear. It's this sweet, innocent part of yourself that's just looking for some reassurance. My intention is to move you through this fear, to lovingly turn down the volume on your fear to a level where you feel safe to move forward. And my intention is to leave you in a place where you feel more empowered than you did when you showed up on this call. And we're going to use tapping to do this. So I'm going to have us dive into the tapping. We've already got some ideas circulating, which is perfect. Yeah, thank you for the examples, Diana. This is perfect. So if everyone feels safe to do so, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for a moment. Comfy in your chair, find a comfy spot, take a deep breath, and let it out. And I want you to identify something in your business right now that is causing you to feel fear. Something that feels uncomfortable, something that feels a little scary. Maybe that's having a difficult conversation, afraid of doing live videos, being interviewed. Maybe you have some fear around a decision you have to make, fearful about promoting yourself. What is it for you? I want you to pick something specific. And once you have that, I want you to notice, how intense does the fear feel for you on a scale of 0 to 10? So 0 is totally neutral. I have no fear about this. 10 is the most fear that you could have about this situation. How intense is the fear? And I would love for you to pick a scenario that's between a 4 and an 8. If you got something higher than an 8, that's better to work on one-on-one with a practitioner. So if you're above an 8, let's pick something a little bit less intense for this group session today. And then finally, I want you to notice where, if you can, where does this fear live in your body? When you think of this scenario that's bringing up fear, how does your body react? Is that a sinking in your stomach, pressure in your chest, tension in your head? Some people have strong body sensations, some don't. So if you can't identify it, that's okay. But if you've got it, that's perfect. So once you've got these pieces, I want you to open your eyes. And I'm going to have you each share in the chat. I'm going to put it in here, the little format that we're going to use. I want you to share number 1, how intense is your fear, 0 to 10, so I can see where everyone's at. Number 2, what does that feel like in your body if you got a body sensation? And number 3 is optional. If you want to share what your fear is related to, it can be really healing to be witnessed in our discomfort. If you don't want to share what you're working on, totally cool. That information is not necessary for you to have a great experience today. 8 in your throat, beautiful. And while I wait for you guys to share, the reason I'm having you identify fear, which again is an emotion, is because our emotions are more powerful than logic. So we may logically know that we're going to be okay up here in our head, but you may not believe that emotionally in your heart and your body. Emotionally, you might feel really scared and nervous about this scenario. And it is your fear that is going to stop you from powerfully moving forward, powerfully achieving your goals, and stop you from growing your business to the next level. So we're going to focus on moving this fear through your body so that it doesn't have such a strong hold on you anymore. and you can feel more peace and calm to move forward as the powerful leader that I know you all are. Okay, so let's see what we're working with here. 7, heaviness in chest, beautiful. 5, stomach. Do I know enough? Beautiful. It's vulnerable. Not knowing what's next. Yeah, that's really scary. 8 in the ribs, 6, pounding chest. Yeah, making videos. That was a scary one for me. Tension in the temples. Yeah, sharing a new direction. That's a big one, Chris. Info-based content to promotional content. I love it. Beautiful. Tension in my head. Okay, so we've got some visibility stuff. This is perfect. Okay, so here is how it's going to work. You each are going to be physically tapping on pressure points in your body while feeling the fear that comes up for you around this situation. So I'm going to walk you through the points, but just as a quick example, we're going to be tapping on pressure points in your body, right? So when we tap on these pressure points, we're sending a calming signal to your brain. So the science behind tapping is that we want to bring up this fear. That's why I'm asking you to connect with it. We're bringing up this distress response. And when we tap on these pressure points, it's telling our brain, actually, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Actually, maybe it would be safe for us to do this. Maybe it would be okay, right? So we're bringing up the distress and we're layering a calming response on top of it to bring that back down and let your body know that you're okay. So I'm going to teach you the tapping points now. There's 9 that we're going to use. You guys are just going to copy what I do. So the first one is on the side of your hand. If you guys can turn on your cameras, it's fun to tap together. If not, I get it. But if you can, come be with us. The first one's on the side of your hand. You don't have to tap hard, just gentle is perfect. Top of your head. So this is top of your head towards the back, the crown of your head. Your eyebrow. So this is where your eyebrow meets your nose. For the face points, we can do one side, we can do the other side, we can do both, whatever feels good for you. Side of your eye, just on the bone there. Under your eye. So this is under your pupil on cheekbone there. Under your nose. The dip of your chin. Your collarbone. So if you feel you got your collarbone right, it's 1 inch below. There's a dip below that bone. Again, this could be one, the other. I like both for this one. And the last point is under your arm. So not in your armpit, but on your rib cage below your armpit. Beautiful. So those are the points that we're going to use. As we tap, I want you to, as much as you can, feel that fear. Notice the tension in your head. Notice the heaviness in your chest, the pounding in your chest, that feeling between your ribs, the knots in your stomach, right? Feel that fear. Let it come up. And just hold an awareness for any new like thoughts or ideas that come to you. You'll likely find your inner voice is going to be speaking. So just notice what that voice has to say. It might agree with something, disagree with something. You might think of other times in your life that you felt this way. That's a beautiful connection point. So whatever's there, just allow it to come up. The process is really simple. You guys are just going to tap on the points that I tap on and repeat after me. You're all on mute, so no one will hear you. And we are going to have a couple fill in the blank parts of the tapping. So I'm going to say something like, I feel, say how you feel. And you guys are going to say, I feel scared. I feel uncomfortable. I feel like I want to throw up, right? Whatever is there, you're just going to let that fall out of your mouth. It's perfect. As we tap, you might experience a desire to yawn or burp. I know that sounds so weird, but it's just your body calming down. It's moving energy. It's totally normal. So, like, if you have the urge to yawn, please go for it. That's like a good thing on these calls. And I think that is it. So, we're going to get started. We're going to be doing 4 rounds of tapping today. And we'll just have like a quick pause halfway through. If you guys have water, that's great. In between rounds, having some water, staying hydrated is important too, okay? So we are going to start with the side of your hand. I want everyone to take a deep breath. Timer here. And just feel that fear. Notice that fear in your body. Where does it live? What does it feel like? Imagine the scenario, doing the video, telling people about your change in direction, not knowing where you're going next. Just connect with that. And you guys can repeat after me. And I'll tell you what tapping point we're going to tap on if you want to close your eyes too, because I like